ready to square off. It's the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. We are set for a good one. And off we go from Huntington Bank Field. And he's stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Now, the former Buckeye, it's Travion Henderson. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Mike, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way. And it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it. And boy, did they ever.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Once more, it's Henderson. Room to run at the 35. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Patriots first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And boy, tough to bring down there. Fighting forward for a gain of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They'll send their tight end left. On 2nd down, here's Henderson. And he's going to pick up the first down across midfield and down at the 49.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now, May. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage, or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And the defense knew they had to be ready for anything here on 3rd and short. They decided to put the ball in the air, and they might have been better off keeping that ball on the ground because that defense was ready for it, and they were all over it.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Throw again is May. That's taken in. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game as they convert on fourth down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Out of the gun, it's Henderson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is May. This one complete, right side. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is third down. From out of the gun, here's May. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. Touchdown number 9 for the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. And how about this? Here comes the reverse. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19.
On the ground, it's Quinshawn Judkey. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 6.
Get it. Ready.
They run it once more with Judkins. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Third down and 3.
Here we go, here we go. Liking 18.
They'll throw out of the gun. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. They'll turn and hand this one off. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. A gain there of 20. First down, New England.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side. Here for first and 10. On play action, here's May. He's going to air this one out. That is caught! And he will go all the way. Touchdown, New England. That's 2 touchdowns for him now in this first quarter alone.
Well, on one sideline, you're ecstatic. You couldn't have dreamed up a better start. 2 drives, 2 long touchdowns. But then across the field, they've got to answer some hard questions. They've got to figure out exactly what they're doing wrong defensively. Because if there's one thing in the NFL, you cannot give up big plays, and you especially can't give up big plays for touchdowns.
The extra point is good. And the Patriots will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. We'll start out here with an up. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. One of the Patriots has it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And, Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Ready? 18. Cardinal, 18.
They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. He works free, right side. And he is gone. 73 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. So they come up with a long touchdown on the little short pass. Greg, the quarterbacks love those pop passes, especially when they end up in the end zone.
Mike, you're well aware of the phrase in golf that there's no pictures on a scorecard. Well, in this case, there's no pictures on...
And look at this. The extra point is blocked. Past midfield. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this one back all the way. Disastrous. The blocked extra point leads to 2 for the defense instead of 1 for the offense. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
There hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll put a receiver in motion right. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And to pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. The Patriots out on top. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. 3rd, they need 8. To throw is May. He'll try to set up the screen here, and he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll give his guys a little bit more room to work with as he's able to get forward out beyond the 10-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man, the tight end, straight down the field. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Now the former Vol, Dylan Sampson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and That's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Back.
A run, and here comes Judkins. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Let's go now. Liking 18. Go.
Back to throw, and that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. From the 41. Here's 2nd down and 9. Working out of the gun. It's May. Open man, that's Kyle Williams. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
Okay, break. Come on, set.
They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Okay, ready?
2nd down, they need 3.
Let's go. Go, 19. Let go.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a 1st down.
A nice gain out of that position, Mike, that we don't typically see get a lot of carries anymore. I'm a big fan of any offense that still recognizes the usefulness of that fullback position. Work him in every now and then as a ball carrier, and you can see it pay off.
Ready?
On the handoff, Judkins. Down the sideline, past the 45. And he is out of bounds. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's a Browns first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Cleveland. And that's a thing of beauty. Out of bounds at the 6-yard line. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And a nice run there as he surges forward. A gain of... eight, and sets up 3rd down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
3rd and 2. Here we go. They send the tight end in motion. On 3rd and 2, it's May. Open man, left side, he's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
Now a run on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. First and 10. They run straight ahead with Henderson. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Once more, it's Henderson. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Hit cross will bring him down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. Try to pick this one up on the ground. He'll be brought down at the 37, but that is good enough for a first down.
And with this field position, Mike, I think you're looking at this like it's 4-down territory. So I think they're able to get it there on 3rd down. But even if he didn't, I think that 3rd down call was all about setting up. If we needed to, we'll go for it on 4th.
On the give, it's Henderson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. They'll try to get this one on the ground. First down and more inside the 15. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this 2nd quarter.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this 2nd quarter. Now a give on the ground. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. On now is Andres Borregales for the field goal try. No issues there. This one is good. So, 1 half in the books. 2nd half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Sampson. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. It was Milton Williams that time to bring him down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Once again, it's Sampson. Oh, big hole, left side. Trying to get to that pylon. Not there, but very close. They'll mark him out at the 1. It is a big play for the Browns. 61 yards. So the big play gets him down close. And now it's 1st and goal.
Come on, come on.
Judkins. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
A run with Judkins. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
I just can't wrap my head around that decision, Mike. I mean, think about it this way. If you want to go for 2, by bringing your extra point unit on, you have to snap the ball from the 15. If you keep your offense on the field to go for 2, you get to snap the ball from the 2-yard line.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On first down, they go back to Henderson. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Nick Cross will bring him down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll go play action with May. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? To throw now, May. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nick Cross. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They run straight ahead with Judkins. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
Let's go.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Throw on the run is complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down. Inside the 20-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Dylan Sampson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
3rd down, they need 5. They'll look to throw. There's a screen set up for Judkins. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
So the Browns going to bring out their kicker and try a field goal. That one is good. And the Browns will cut into that lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
May now on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. Throwing is May. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's May. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From out of the gun, here's May. He'll go left side here and complete this one. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Here comes 3rd and 6. May going to look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up as it is touchdown inside the 10. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 9-yard line.
Okay, ready? Let's go now. Let's go.
Now, faking the give. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
He's really struggled with his accuracy all game long, and when you look, Mike, I think he's had some opportunities downfield to connect with his guys, and it's one of the biggest reasons they find themselves trailing here late in this game.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have up rounds 1st down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on 4th down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Back to throw. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Williams on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. start on the ground. And a nice job there, sidestepping defenders on his way. It's a gain of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run rate, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Up the middle, it's Henderson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
3rd and inches. Up the middle they go. He's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
They'll stay on the ground. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing now is May. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot. Off the play fake, it's May. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be 2nd down now. To throw is May. A throw on the move is caught. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's the 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run. It's Henderson. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this. He fought through that first contact. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's a run going left. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. Talk things over before 3rd down. off the bootleg. Here's May. That is caught. And the Patriots are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll start with an option play to the right. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And it will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Short pass goes a long way. It works to the tune of 25 yards. To the air now on first and 10. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Browns. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off. And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. The kicking team off for the extra point. Oh, a flip back to the kicker. It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't. They come away with nothing on the extra point. So time here for the onside kick just in front of the 2-minute warning. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
It's first down, and they'll run. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 17 yards on that play. Good for a Patriots first down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. Third and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL.
That's all anybody's ever said about me. And yeah, I like to cut loose, too. You might think I chose this way of living now, but it chose me. You can hear me coming with a 6-2 humming, Guns N' Roses bumping through a 12 in the floor. I don't need me nothing but a spot out in the country. I smile when they say that I ain't me anymore. Ain't a thing changed around here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line him up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Without a doubt, I've been around. Yeah, everybody knows my name when I show up now. And I've been from New York to LA and every place in between, but they don't do it like we do it in my hometown. Ain't a thing changed around here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line him up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Ain't a thing changed around here but the money. You try to mix it up, but let me tell you something. Same my Dixie, same rowdy bunch with me. I'll be laid up in the dirt before you ever take it from me. So take the boy out the truck, take the boy out the mud, put him up in a PJ, he'll still try to get them 40 stuck. So line him up, turn it up and keep it running. Say whatever you want, but I'm anything but new to country. Yeah, I'm anything but new to country. Yeah, I'm anything but new to country.
You wanted something to save, you wanted something to tame. You wanted me to come running when you called my name. You wanted something to train, girl, that you could keep on the chain, girl. Ever since you laid eyes on me, you've been barking up the wrong damn tree. Girl, you tried to tighten up the collar, clean me up, pull me up out the holler. That's one pill I ain't never gonna swallow. It's only one way this ends. Me running off you on the porch crying. Girl, I don't guess I can blame you for trying to fence me in, but that's your fault. Hell, you brought in this outside dog. news.